welcome to This Ain't No Rerun, a podcast where you'll laugh at comedic satire and enhance your social consciousness. In other words, we'll keep you woke and laughing while we discuss the things that affect and change our day-to-day black lives. Wake up! This ain't no rerun. It's your boy Solo.
I'm TC, and this ain't no rerun. Let's get started today.
TC, I tell you what, the intro never gets old. Yo, it's your boy Solo, and you know who this is?
TC
my man.
Cope in the building.
TC Cope is in the building, and also we got my man.
Clifton Harris, President and CEO of the Urban League of Middle Tennessee.
I don't think y'all heard what he said. He said President and CEO.
In the house.
In the house of the Nashville Urban League of Middle Tennessee. Clifton.
That's right.
Man, I'm glad to have you on the show,
it's
man.
It's good to be here, man.
You that guy, man.
Oh, man, I try to do what I do.
A little bird whispered in my ear earlier that the Urban League got something big going on today. What's happening?
We are celebrating 55 years of service to the Middle Tennessee community, serving in 9 counties. So we just wanted to throw it out there and all to everybody and invite you to come on by and get you a cupcake for the day.
Cupcake. Something sweet.
Not a fish sandwich,
but a cupcake.
You need to clear that up one more time.
That's right.
Somebody make
not a fish sandwich.
Not a fish sandwich.
But a cupcake.
55 years in existence, the Nashville Urban League, one of the few organizations I fully support with my heart and my spirit.
Man,
I love the Urban League.
We appreciate it.
Because y'all do what y'all supposed to do.
Y'all do what y'all supposed to do.
Well, I couldn't draw it up and all if I had to and all. It's a God thing, and He has just been blessing us and all for the last 7 years, and I'm excited to be a part of the journey.
So 55 years ago, when they started the Urban League, I mean, the basis was pretty simple.
Basis was simple. Give people jobs, more jobs, access to jobs, close the disparity, and education by getting people access to good paying jobs. And we're still on the scene, doing that today and not getting distracted and all about housing and health care, because when you got income, you can solve all those problems.
Say it.
You put that paper in your pocket, you walk a little different.
You can You can walk with a pimp and not a limp. You hear what I'm saying?
Ain't one form of discrimination, and it's green.
And it's green.
It's green. So the Urban League is basically about economic development.
That's right.
Not just in communities, but in the heart and in the pockets of every individual.
That's right. We want to teach people how to build generational wealth and how to hold on to that wealth. And that's what the Urban League has been about for the last 112 years nationally.
Oh, wow. So I heard that y'all got a new program. It may not be new, but it's new to me when I heard about it this morning. That the
Real Estate Development Academy. Our goal was to teach African Americans, people of color, how to be successful real estate developers. And now these 4 sisters and 8 brothers are getting access to $2 billion of capital to capitalize their project. And I'm excited now that we just have a hand in helping to create the next set of multimillionaires in this city.
Know that Brother Solo got his hand up for some of that money.
I know that's right.
I'm coming in on the back end.
But explain to them what they have to do. They just can't come down and get a cupcake and you give them $1 billion. What do they have to do to get some of that
money? So this is an 18-month master level program where they learn everything that they need to know about real estate development and how to be successful. Business law, real estate, construction, finance. We're teaching them how to work on their business, giving them the tools that they need to work on their business and in their business, and how to put together the capital stack to finance their business, and making sure now that they do the legal things of dotting the I's and crossing the T's so they don't get in trouble, with moving money and resources.
Commingling is the word.
It is about making sure that you got your house in order.
Correct. So how do they register, or where do they go to actually participate in the RED program?
So we will hopefully have another round of applicants. We had over 51 applicants apply, and we only chose 12 that we felt were ready. These are individuals that already have 7 to 20 years of experience in the business, and so they're not neophytes. They are folks that's been in the business for a while. And now we're helping them to scale to do 300 and 400 units of housing as opposed to 10 to 15 that they were doing.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if you're listening to my man right here, Clifton Harris, speak, I'm going to be throwing elbows trying to get first in that line for that red program.
Yes, sir.
But we also have our co-starter program. If you want to be in business, come learn how to really be in business. Start out right. And then our next level program, if you're already doing $150,000 a year or more, we're going to teach you how to take it to the next level.
So is there a website or an address or a phone number that they can call or look up so they can get enrolled?
You better bet it is.
Man, what is that, brother? You said what that is.
That's right.
What that is, Clifton?
That website is ulmt.org. And if you don't like that, hit us up at 615-254-0525 and we'll get you connected.
And guess what we're going to do at This Ain't No Rerun? Just so you can't say you didn't hear it because it ain't no rerun.
It ain't no
We're
rerun.
going to post it on our website.
Yes.
And as well as on our social media pages. All of them.
Post it. Let the people know.
Yeah. Because my man Clifton Harris said so.
Hey,
right.
guess what? And he know what he talking about.
Well, I know a little bit about a whole lot and a whole lot about nothing. But what I know, I know.
Listen what he just said.
But TC, what he know is, man, is that a 44 regular?
Is that a 44 regular?
It certainly is a 44 regular.
Man, I recognize my size.
Recognize the size. So the mission now with the Urban League is constantly just being more and more successful in helping these people.
It's about economic development, and it also about making sure the audience that is between 18 to 40. But
Say it.
Oh my goodness!
everything that's happening right now is going to impact that group,
Say it.
18 to 40, the most. It's already done happened to us.
Well, he act like he over 40.
But I'm definitely over 40. We're going to leave that alone.
Right there, right?
Don't tell it.
But for those individuals that are between the ages of 18 to 40, you got to get registered to vote, because the stuff that's going on right now is going to impact you over the next 30 to 40 to 50 years. And I'm telling you, you don't want to be behind the 8 ball. You don't want to have to start behind the 8 ball. That's what's happening to us today. We got too much ground to cover, so we got to close these gaps. And the only way we're going to do that is get those people out there that's creating the hard life that we are experiencing out of control.
So y'all know what he just said, and I must say it for him. Wake up, black man. You know that's my tongue. Wake up, black woman.
up.
This man just gave you the knowledge that you
Wake
need right
up.
there. Wake up. Get out and register to vote.
Get
You
out
don't do
the bed.
nothing else. Get out of the bed.
Be a voice. Be
Sound
a
of the Lord
voice.
for him, Cliff.
Get out the bed and go vote.
My
Come on,
goodness.
man.
And it don't matter who you vote for. Just vote for who I want you to vote for.
Pick any.
Vote for change.
I know that's right. Pick any subject.
Yeah.
Healthcare, Medicare, Medicaid. You say that don't affect me, but it does now. Big Mama and them.
Come on.
It's going to impact them. Transportation. You got to get back and forth to work and they're talking about poll roads. You got to pay that to get to your jobs. So it impacts us. Education. If you don't educate us, you don't have to pay us. So you need to get educated, right? So just pick an issue. It doesn't matter what it is.
Pick living. How's that?
Big living.
Pick living.
And you hear what he said about Big Mama and them.
Yep.
If you ain't voting for yourself, vote for Big Mama and them.
Vote for Big Mama and them. She took care of you when you was doing things you shouldn't have been doing.
That's right. And if you don't want to go to school, I understand that, but get a trade.
That is.
Get a trade.
And that don't mean slanging on the corner.
That's right.
That ain't
That's
no
not
trade.
a trade.
That's a risk.
That's a risk.
And it's a gamble.
And that ain't even a hobby.
No. No, it's not. Man, I think we got a new guest of the show right here. My
I love
man.
it, brother.
You gotta stay around, man. You gotta stay around.
My man. Clifton, we want to thank you for coming on the
Man,
show. But if
thank
y'all
you.
didn't hear
Thank
anything
you.
Clifton said, give them that phone number and that website they can go to
That
again.
phone number is 615-254-0525, and the website is ulmt.org. Hit us up. We're going to get you right.
Come on now. You want to live, don't you?
You want that paper?
What they want,
You
Clifton.
want that paper?
What they want, Clifton?
You want some paper.
Y'all want some paper?
You don't want the cheese with the holes in it.
You want some paper?
Hey, man, we down at the Nashville Urban League today, man, and it's their celebration.
Come get your cupcake.
They're celebrating 55 years. Come get your what?
Cupcake.
Not a fish sandwich.
Not a fish sandwich.
No fish sandwiches here. No fish sandwiches.
Clifton, thank you, man, for
Thank
coming
you,
on,
brother.
brother.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. You already
Hey,
know.
we keeping this thing rolling, man. We got another guest coming on right after Clifton Lee.
Also, Clifton's sitting at my table this weekend.
And what's happening this weekend, TC?
That's going to be the Kappa Alpha Psi Brentwood alumni Black Tie Gala. It's going to be the awards banquet at Grand Hyatt featuring one of the awardees you're going to get a chance to see here shortly. But Clifton's sitting at my table.
I'm going to make it look good, too.
But I may be wearing this 44 regular he got on.
Anytime.
Thank you so much,
All
Clifton.
right, brother. Appreciate you.
All right. TC.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. I think we got another guest. We hanging out with the Urban League because we trying to earn our cupcake today. We got Miss Kenya Magruder. Somebody I've known for a while, on and off. I've seen her at different events. She's always throwing me that elbow or something or whatever.
I don't know what that is.
Always
man.
a little bit more aggressive than I'm used to. But I'm glad that she is who she is and how she is because she keeps things in order.
She says she don't need no practice.
She don't need no practice. Miss Magruder, come on in.
I'm afraid to sit in this hot seat.
Sam, we got
there
you
she
now.
go.
We got you
Got
now.
her in the Kappa
can't go
sandwich.
nowhere.
She can't move.
All of it is crimson and cream. Don't let this outfit fool you.
She got a pink and green right now, but
I'm not.
But-
I'm not pink and green.
she trying to rep on slide. Miss
Hi, Miss
Kenya.
Kenya.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Man, you're looking magnificent today.
Thank you.
And smelling like you've been stealing cologne at the drugstore too. She has that vapor going on over here. What you got on, Miss Kenya? Tell the world what you wear. What is it?
YSL.
Hey, Kenya got that YSL.
She got a pocket full of samples.
Yeah, she's smelling good. Miss Kenya,
Yes.
you here at the Urban League also. Mm-hmm. We celebrating that double nickel.
Yep.
As
Double
Leland
nickel
would say,
today.
that double nickel today. Mm-hmm. And I know you got something you got to give the public that's watching right now about what the Urban League is doing and how they're doing it. And what you're about to give them is something I'm very passionate about. So once again, wake up, and listen to Miss Kenya. Go ahead, Miss Kenya, your stage.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Kenya Magruder. I am the Director of Civic and Community Engagement. And also under me is also economic development. But I want to tell you that today we do celebrate 55 years, and the actual anniversary day is this Saturday, April the 15th, and nationally is known as Tax Day. But 55 years ago, today actually was around this time when the Urban League was founded, was actually the anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. And so Nashville was in peril. There's a lot going on. And
just
a
in
lot of
case,
history.
y'all not listening what she just said. Now I had to interject a little bit because you
please,
speak
by
kind
all
of
means.
soft and you got a sweet tone to your voice.
Okay.
Sometimes that don't wake people up.
Okay, you want me to raise up? I will.
55 years ago on what day?
55 years, April the 4th, actually was the assassination of Martin Luther King in 1968. And then the Urban League was founded April 15th, 1968.
Get the dates right. You know what happened, and you know what happened. 55 years
A
later.
movement didn't stop.
Right. And as we sit here today, we just, everything that has happened, with Representative Justin Jones and Representative Justin Pearson, the two young men who officially are back in their seats in the Tennessee.
They back.
Tennessee State General Assembly. But think about it. Well, I know I wasn't here in 1968, but I know that my grandmother was a part of sitting in the room with then Mayor Beverly Briley, and they were trying to figure out what to do. So on the other side of the street were a few good men who established and started the Urban League. And bringing the Urban League to Nashville basically meant that they were going to bring about some change. There's a lot happening. People were trying to figure out, do we get to vote? They were also hurting because of the assassination. So here we are. We're at 55 years. We have been a force in this community, and we want to keep on doing that.
We've been dealing with pain longer than 55 years, but the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King opened up some old wounds that we thought were being healed.
Right. And then they got snatched right back last week, right?
Yeah. But those wounds are continually being opened, and new wounds are also being added to what we call our legacy, right?
Exactly.
And part of those new wounds and part of those new, lack of better words, constraints that have been put on people who look like us and people of color in America is that we've been incarcerated at an all-time alarming rate. And when you get out, there's very little chance that you get an opportunity to start your life anew because there's no rehabilitation in the state penitentiary.
That's correct.
It's just not.
So Marcus is segueing into...
I'm segueing.
Yes, and next Saturday, the Urban League will host a free expungement clinic. And that...
Oh, stop right there. You said a big word.
Free expungement clinic.
Expungement. One more time.
Free
there we go.
expungement clinic.
Can you explain to those who don't know what expungement means before we go a little further?
So, with the help of our good friend and their frat brother, criminal court clerk Howard Gentry, we will partner with him, and he and his team will help those who have records in Davidson County that are actually able to be expunged. And so there are some less offenses that can be expunged. And so what happens is that, one, you can register and you can go to the Urban League's website at www.ulmt.org/events, and you'll see the event there. But you have to have a record that's in Davidson County. And I know the guys want to know why we only pushing Davidson County, but because Mr. Gentry's office is actually the only office that will actually do the expungements in our nice service area. We look forward to partnering with the state to, help expunge other records, but we want you to get registered.
So if anybody out there watching this podcast right now that works for the state in the criminal justice department
in a different area,
just in the state in general, I implore you to reach out to Howard Gentry and create a partnership.
An alliance, please.
Well, actually partner with us with the Urban League.
With the Urban League.
Because Mr. Gentry cannot go outside Davidson County to do the expungement, but we welcome the opportunity to be able to go into our other counties to actually do expungement.
So if somebody's watching this, go wake up Man, go wake up Pookie, and let them know on what day?
On Saturday, April the 22nd at 9 a.m., you must be registered. You can come to the Urban League of Middle Tennessee and get your record expunged.
And she said you must be registered, which means you need to wake up now.
Wake them up.
Register.
If you're watching and if you're watching and you know somebody who has a record that needs to be expunged and they trying to excel in this planet called Earth that we live on, man, they need to come down to the Urban League on what day?
Saturday, April the 22nd at 9 a.m.
Got a chance to get clean.
You want to clean it up? Brush your teeth, too, before you come. That's a bad impression. First impression with bad breath. Don't say a lot.
That's right. Been handed a note here. And we got something else. Man, we Urban League today, man.
All day long.
Not only are we trying to put money in your pocket from the RED program and get you new jobs, we trying to clean you up if you made some mistakes or got, hung up. As they say, hemmed up years ago. You can't get that record right. You can get that record right. On what day again? I got to keep saying.
Saturday, April the 22nd at 9 a.m. You must be registered, ulmt.org. And I also want to make a call out that women, particularly African American women here in Middle Tennessee, have the highest rate of incarceration. So we know that there are a good number of women who need to expunge their records.
And so you said that the price was what?
The price is free.
They didn't hear what you said.
It's free.
Come on now.
Do me a favor. Say, wake up, man. Wake up, Shonda.
I'm not gonna say
Go on,
that.
say,
I'm
wake up, man. Wake up, Shonda.
Get up, Willie Billy.
Get them up.
See, that's your role.
Man, I'm just saying. We gotta make them know what's going on.
They know.
They don't know. They don't go.
I will say this is that we have gotten a lot of calls, and
Good.
I think right now, if I last looked, there were over 40 plus. We have a limited number that we can service. We apologize.
What's the max number y'all got?
I'm gonna have a little bit at 60, so you get registered and you get.
You got 20 more. You got 20 more chances to get your record cleaned on what day?
Saturday, April the 22nd.
Be the first of that 20 to call in and get this thing taken care of, so you can get
What's
yourself
that
a
number
good
again
job.
to call?
615-254-0525.
That's what I'm talking about.
Miss
Thank you.
Kenya Magruder.
Thank you.
All up in here.
Smelling good. What's the name of that cologne?
YSL.
YXL. Thank you, Miss Kenya.
Bye,
Thank you so much. Great job, Miss Kenya. And guess what else? We ain't done. We hanging out here. We trying to earn that cupcake today.
Man, I might take 2 cupcakes home, Solo. I might take 2 home. I got a couple of ladies at the crib like
And
cupcakes.
run that sugar up. You gotta run that sugar up. You know when that sugar get high. Now if you got sugar, don't come get that cupcake, but come down and celebrate.
Hey, you can come and look at the cupcake.
Yeah, smell it. You see they come. But listen, don't touch it when you smell it, because that means somebody don't want it after that.
Right.
You smell it. Wave your fingers in front of it.
Get out of here, man.
It's Urban League Day, man. Double nickel day. And we got another guest coming, Miss Janet Martin, baby, Director of Fund Development. Now, when I hear the word fund, that means money. Miss Martin is about to talk to us about how to get some of that more.
Ching, ching, ching.
Get some more of that more.
Good afternoon.
Ching, ching, Miss Martin.
How are you gentlemen
Hello,
today?
Miss Jenna. How you doing
I'm
today?
doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for the opportunity.
Get that paper.
That paper.
We got the paper getter right here, baby. And man, let me say, my goodness, we've been blessed today, boy.
We've been blessed, man.
Miss Martin, you looking like something.
Thank you. You're gonna look like something to get something.
Say
right?
it. As gorgeous.
I didn't say that. She said, say it one more time.
You gotta look like something to get something.
If you're looking like a bum, you're going to get bummed.
You're going to get bummed.
But if you're looking like $1 million, Miss Fun might give you $1 million right
I
here.
want them to give us $1 million.
We need the $1 million.
Don't be doing this yelling cheddar.
Right.
So, Miss Martin, tell us about your role at the Urban League.
Well, I am Director of Fund Development, as you said, but I also handle all of our marketing and communication. So we are so happy that you all are with us today, because this is a special day, as I'm sure everyone said as you talked to everyone today. We are celebrating 55 years of service to this community. And 55 years may not sound like a lot to some people, but in the nonprofit world, when you've had 55 years of continuous service to a community, and you've reached the level of success that Urban League has, it's a lot to celebrate. But, everything that we've accomplished, we have not accomplished without the support of this community. And so that's what my job is.
So, community, this is what she's saying. If you're not, she's so proper and beautiful. You may not understand. In order for the Urban League to keep moving like it's moving, we need you.
Yes.
We need you. We need you, corporate America. We need you, single citizen. We need each one of you all to talk to Ms. Martin about what you can do to help the Urban League of Middle Tennessee be around another 55 years. What can they do to help?
Well, there's always all kinds of ways people can help. And the thing is, this is not a cliche. There is no gift that is too large or too small.
Say it.
Because we've got people that will join us as a member. To be a member of the Urban League is $50. It's $50 to be a member for an individual. There are different membership levels for companies. However, we know that companies and corporations in this community, they also benefit from this community. So we want you to give back. This is a way to give back to the community where you exist and where you make money. And we've been very fortunate that we have a lot of corporations and organizations in this community who have supported us. But again, if we are to continue to do what we do to keep I say the doors open and the lights on, we have to rely on the community to invest in us. And I see it as an investment. You're not just giving money to an organization and you don't know what's happening with it. Look around you.
Look around you.
So $50 to get me a year membership
Yes.
with the Urban League.
As an individual.
As an individual. What is the tier for small businesses or corporations?
For a nonprofit organization with less than, or a company that's less than 50 employees, it's $100 to be a member.
Okay, listen, I got to stop right there. If you haven't joined the Urban League yet, join the Urban League today. $50, as they say, 50 bones for an individual membership, and only $100 for companies who have 50 employees or less. $100. $100. See, they call it in trying to pay some money.
Hey, come on.
We need that money.
But I will tell you this, because we are 55 years old this year, we are doing something a little different to celebrate the 55 years. So we have something called Drive to 55.
Okay.
And so if you support us with just $5 more, you get a t-shirt.
Hold on, I'm going to go pick it up. Hold on.
I'm not on camera, so yes, you can get it though.
All right.
My son over there.
But if you support us with $5 more, then you are part of that Drive to 55 campaign. It kicked off April 1st, and it will go throughout the rest of the year. And again, it's a way to invest in this community. And as an Urban League member, you also receive one of our nice Urban League pins that we hope people will wear.
You have one of those?
I don't have one on me.
Well, we'll have one before the show's
Yes, we
over.
will.
$50, you get a bag full of gifts with your purchase, with your membership.
Yes, and
Your
it's
membership.
and it's just another way for us to do a couple of things. One, to acknowledge your membership and your support and your investment in the Urban League in this community. And it's also a way for us, because I am responsible for marketing and communications, it's a way for people to say, what's that pin have you? Or that you have on? It's a way to talk about more.
Communication
And
piece.
because everybody that is a part of Urban League, whether it's a staff member, a volunteer, a board member, a member that's joined us, is an advocate for what we do.
Say it. I love it. Hey, Miss Martin here is the fun lady, right? Now you say fun,
Fun and
but I'm sure
fun.
she's fun, but we said fun.
She covering the village. She's covering to make sure the village eats.
That's right.
That's
I
right.
can't stress enough how important it is to join this Urban League, all right? Because in order for them to keep doing these magnificent things that they're doing, we have to participate. $50 for a single membership, $100 for 50 employees or less if you're a
Or a
corporation or a
nonprofit,
company or a nonprofit.
However, we do, because again, I want to get back to the organizations, the companies that are those larger companies that have a corporate presence here. We know that you can invest at higher levels because, again, we need you to help us keep the doors open and the lights on. We've done very well as far as people supporting us for programs,
Right.
but that money is restricted for a particular program.
Right.
You know, what keeps the lights on and the doors open? Those unrestricted gifts. And those are the ones that we have more of a challenge with, but those are the ones that we know people are out there and they're looking at this, and they want to make sure, I think, that we continue to do what we do in this community.
Well, I know, Ms. Janet, I understand this workforce is completely different than it was
Oh, yes.
in the past years. So all those larger companies, you need to be thinking about that as well, because you know your reference is what your preference is. You invest in your reference so you can get the preferred everything that you want.
That's right.
And if you're watching this right now, and I hope you are, I hope a lot of y'all are watching. If not, make sure you share it when we're done with it. And you work for a big corporation like Caterpillar or tons and tons of them in Nashville right now, right? Go to your diversity department and say, you know what? We need to invest in the Urban League.
We need to invest in the Urban League.
Can you do that for us? Can you do it for Miss Martin?
Please.
Can you do it for another 55 years of this Urban League doing these wonderful things that they're doing? Am I right?
You're right.
That's the
You're
shout
right.
to all. That's all the
That's
large
it.
corporations.
Yeah, exactly. Large and small, particularly like you said, those larger companies, because you do have a presence in this community. And you can't be successful in this community if you don't have people in those seats doing those jobs. And so, you know, we've talked about that earlier today. We help a lot of those companies find their employees. And that's a challenge that any company, large or small, is going to tell you. That's their biggest challenge right now, finding people to do the work.
I can speak that into existence for sure. It's hard to find good employees, but I think, but just listening today and just being around in this city, I think the Urban League is one of those entities that we forget about because you're not making a lot of noise, but you're doing all that.
We're doing the work.
You're doing all that hard work in the back room.
Yeah.
But I want y'all to pay close attention to what she's saying. Please reach out to your corporations or your companies or your friends and make sure they join the Urban League or contribute to something that we're doing here today to support this 55-year anniversary.
And can you give them the address and the phone number to contact?
Well, the best place to go is on our website.
Okay.
Yeah, because that way it doesn't matter if you wake up tonight at 11 o'clock, you can always access our website.
There we go.
It's www.ulmt.org. And there's a big red button up there that says donate.
There it is. You see the color red is what you're looking for.
Well, I wear red as well, so.
I see. Red for the green, though. Red for the green.
And if you're colorblind, green for the red.
Green for the red. We're flipping. That's what it is.
But yeah, you can go to that donate button and it gives you all the information we've talked about as far as membership levels. It gives you other ways to contribute. We have a number of events throughout the year. As a matter of fact, we have a big golf tournament coming up on the 22nd. And even if you don't play golf, come out. It's Hermitage Golf Course. You'll have a great time. And that's another way, again, for people to invest, but you're getting something back because you're having a fun day.
And you get to see your boys at This Ain't No Rerun. My man TC Coping Solo.
You got to come get it.
Be there. You want to tell them any parting things about any kind of money, like you said, all money. We take change, like that Baptist preacher. We take change, but it make us nervous. We like that folding money. But we'll take the change. We'll take your change, but it makes us nervous.
Well, I do want to say this. I want to, first of all, thank you all for the opportunity. And you could have not come on a better day because we are celebrating the day from 1 to 2:30. Please come down if you're seeing this. It's just kind of come and go, get a cupcake.
Not a what?
Not a fish sandwich. I know you think every time somebody have a celebration, it's a fish fry.
It's a fish fry.
It's a cupcake.
It's cupcake.
Where the cupcakes from? Do y'all know?
I don't know.
Me mom made them last night.
Well, I know I didn't make them, so but
They got a star. They got a star on them.
They're really good cupcakes.
And also, I know the cupcakes are here, but aren't they supposed to light up a bridge or something for you guys?
Yes. So on
We're just doing it for us, but we're gonna go ahead.
Let's see. The red lights that you will see at the Korean Veterans Memorial Bridge, which is downtown Nashville, on Sunday, April the 16th, will be in honor of our 55 years of service that the Urban League has had in this community. So you'll see the lights lit up red, and they will be to acknowledge our 55 years, but we also will be receiving a proclamation from Mayor Cooper's office today as well, also acknowledging April 15th, which is our actual anniversary day.
Right.
It's Urban League of Middle Tennessee Day here in Nashville.
Will Mayor Cooper actually be here today?
He's sending someone from his office, so he won't be
Mayor Cooper, come on, man.
Hey, man.
This is the Urban League, 55 years. I love you, dude. I like the way you hit your golf balls and everything. You're a good guy. But this is the Urban League, 55 years in existence. Don't send somebody. Come on down. Take 15 minutes out of your busy schedule and come on down and support the Urban League. You'd be surprised what your presence will do in the city at the Urban League. Come holler at the Urban League, man.
Well, just in parting words again, we thank this community for supporting us for 55 years. If you want to help us to ensure that we have another 55 years and beyond, we invite you to invest in what is a proven organization in this community.
Proven. The Urban League of Middle Tennessee. Miss Martin, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
For the opportunity. Thank you.
Like I said, we'll be here all day. We got to earn that cupcake, TC.
Ooh, I already got two. Put them in the back. Put them in the back. You know I can't eat and talk at the same time.
No, eat before we get started.
We don't eat before we get started.
If y'all checking out this live feed, make sure you let everybody know where we are. We're at the Nashville Urban League of Middle Tennessee. Man, I'll get it right eventually.
I'm going to give this shout out, though, while we are. Look here. I got to shout out the sponsor, Nashville City Kitchen, 110 Interstate Drive. Look, 110 Interstate Drive.
And it's the home of the what? Hot Mother Clucker.
And the cold
Mother Slusher.
you can get it any kind of way you want. What that Mother Clucker come in?
That Mother Clucker come in lemon pepper, hot lemon pepper, Nashville City hot pepper. Or whatever pepper you want. You can even get Urban League flavor today because it's the anniversary.
It's the 55 cupcake flavor. That's what we gonna do.
Come on down.
What about that slusher though? What about
the Mother Slusher.
Oh man, come on now.
You get thirsty.
Come on now.
And if you like drinking and you want your drink to taste like something,
Come on now.
They got something called a cold Mother Slusher.
I ain't gonna say it again.
You can get the Pina Colada Mother Slusher.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you can get the Mudslide Mother Slusher. Yeah, you can. You can get the Tequila on the Rock Mother Slusher.
Wait a minute, but there's one out there I ain't supposed
They
to
got
take.
one that
I ain't supposed to
we
take.
tried to hold y'all back on this one. It's called the Broadway Girl Mother Slusher. And that joker there is guaranteed to make you kick that leg. If you got arthritis, you don't want it because that leg gonna go up out of man.
Ain't gonna work tomorrow. It ain't gonna work tomorrow. I'm telling you.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta come by there and see Nashville City Kitchen though. Also, this ain't no rerun. I want y'all to reach out to us. I keep telling y'all, send me an email. This ain't no
But
rerun.
when we say call in, TC, what's the number they call in to?
615-570-3663. Don't act like you didn't hear what I said.
And that number isn't for you, Willie Billy. Don't you call the
Willie Billy, don't call.
Don't call.
615-570-3663. But you got to make sure that you send us an email too. Yeah. This ain't no rerun at gmail.com. Just send us a message, man. Say you like the show. Say you don't like the show. Just say that we
But
know
you
you
better
alive.
not say you don't like TC and Solo.
Because then guess what?
We coming.
We ain't afraid of you.
We ain't
afraid of you.
All day long, baby. We ain't afraid. We in the Urban League.
Man, what?
Man,
55 years? I got 55 years of experience behind me.
Man, come on.
Think I'm weird?
We got another guest coming on, man.
Come on, let's get it.
Kind of tall, kind of dark, long. You know, you want that tall, dark, and handsome dude on your show.
Yeah, you gotta
every now
have
and
one.
then.
You gotta
got
have
that
one.
smooth, got
You
that
know.
whatever going with him. And he's the executive director of the RED program. We talked about it briefly earlier, but he's going to give us a full detail on it. Aaron, come on up on the show, brother.
Appreciate you, brothers, man.
Oh, man, you
Appreciate
already know, brother. You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, you can't come on this show with no
Man,
bass
y'all-
and baritone.
man,
We the
y'all-
ones running this show. He step up in here with a, hey, young man, hey, what's going on, brothers? What's
I got me squalls all in here, man.
Hey, hold on.
Hey,
You got
you
to
know.
use a different word just
Yeah,
now.
squalls.
You got me squalls all in here.
You know, hey, I'm from the South, baby.
You in the South, player. You in the South. This is how we ever up.
Whoa.
This is the village world. Come on now. We in here.
We got our man Aaron here. Aaron, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at the Urban League.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you, brothers, for having me. My name is Aron Thompson.
Wait a minute, stop. You're making me think of that pen and what's it, Kill and Peeler? Hey, Ron. He said, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Hit there to throw that rope.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I get it all the time. So, yeah. But I serve as the executive director of RED Academy, which is a program of the Urban League of Middle Tennessee, focuses on increasing more developers of color with a focus on affordable housing. So we take developers who are already in that space doing real estate development, ones and twos, multiplexes, multifamily, and we try to scale up and ratchet up their service and what they've been doing for a number of years.
So what if they haven't been doing it, but they got an inclination to want to do it? Do you also support that?
So this is not that program,
Oh, it's
right?
not that program. Okay.
But I know some cats out there that are working on something like that can kind of help those guys, and we're always a resource for any of those guys as they start to scale up.
Reference to preference.
Yeah.
So what's the minimum amount of projects they have to have completed to get into this program?
Appreciate you asking me. So it's not really a minimum amount of projects. What we want to see is years of experience, right? We want to know that you're not familiar. When we start talking about capital stack, when we talk about LIHTC, when we start talking about CDBG funds, when we don't need to be unfamiliar with you.
Say
right?
those three terms again. And if you don't know what he's talking about, this program is not for you. Get those three terms out again.
We talk about LIHTC. We talk about CDBG funds. We talk about GO bonds. We're talking about new market tax credits. So, we don't want those terms to be unfamiliar.
And today, we're not even going to define those because if you don't understand what he's saying, this particular program is not for you.
Exactly.
But you can work toward this program.
We're here. We're a resource. We want to see y'all be able to get to this program. We call this program an accelerator. So what we do is, like I said, we got cats in here that have been doing it for 10 years all the way to 20 years. right? And so what does it look like then for them to take that next step? Hey, if for 10 years, all I've been able to do is single family infill. What does it look like if I'm able to start doing 100 units, 200 units, 300 units at a time? What does that look like? So that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're trying to, roll out and get these fellows in those positions, because we know Nashville is growing, man, but it can't be all one-sided, right? So everybody got to be able to.
Everybody got to.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Solo has been in this business for over 30 years. So I'm going to be a guinea pig. I'm going to take some of that $1 billion money they have and get a couple of more projects moving forward like they need to be moving forward.
Let's go get
And
it.
I'll be popping back in on the show to show you the progress. I'm going to have Aaron on the show for the progress of what the RED program is actually doing through the Urban League.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our fellows, like I said, have been in this space and doing it for a long time. But what we did was we took 18-month program. We're 11 months into an 18-month program, and we focused on 3 key areas. That's knowledge. So the classes and the course curriculum that we're providing. That's mentorship. So you need somebody in that space that one of our advisors likes to say has a T-shirt to show for it. And then the last thing is we have some pre-development capital. So dollars in place so that we understand that it has to kind of help you kind of get off the ground when you start looking at large scale projects.
So when you talk about that pre-development capital, how much do y'all have in reserve for? I think I heard earlier that you have slots for how many people?
We have slots for 12 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of that
Yeah.
12, how many slots have been taken so far?
All 12.
All 12
All
is
12.
filled up.
It's filled up. Yeah.
Ain't that some mess?
Yeah.
Hear about it too late. Come on, the 55th anniversary, can't get none of that $1 million.
But get you ready for next class.
Man.
Yeah. Get you ready for the
I'll
next
be
one.
done with this project by then. Hey, so if you got a project in mind, how do they need to get in contact with you, man, to get this thing going?
They can reach out to us at the Urban League or email us at redacademy@ulmt.org. redacademy@ulmt.org.
We will have all these numbers and all these components of this organization
On our
listed
pages.
on our pages, okay? Because I need you to reach out to this guy. He has the terminology necessary and the skill set, and most importantly, he got that bag. And that bag.
This is what everybody's trying to get.
They got that bag at the Urban League to get you to move your business a little bit further along. I know when you first started your business, you had an ideal about how big you wanted to grow, but you probably met some obstacles.
Yeah.
These right here, guys, this the guy here is going to help you bust through that obstacle with that RED program.
And he ain't no little he gonna make sure that he busts through the obstacle. This ain't baby foot right here. This grown man foot right
Grown
here.
man foot.
He can kick a door down. You hear what I'm saying?
He's kicking doors down and opening windows so you can grow your
So you can
business.
get in.
We got to start doing it. Three key areas that, I talk about all the time with everybody who goes through the program. That's showing up, that's putting the work in, and being specific.
Have you had anybody in the program who started the program and said, man, this is too hard for me. It's too much to try to get this little bit of money.
We started with 13 and we're down with 12. So one person did decide, I think, what they had going on and what they were trying to do with their business wasn't aligning exactly. So, it's all good. It's still business.
Solo, I think they got a spot open. Hold on.
You see me testing. You see me trying to figure out how to squeeze.
But I'm feeling you. You know how we are.
Yeah, you see me fishing them out. Also, Solo's always working the angle.
See, we feed. That's it.
But also
I see what you did.
But what he just told you though, man, anytime you're trying to grow, it's not going to be easy. And there's going to have to be things that you have to do correctly. A lot of times with business owners, self-employed people, you want to take shortcuts. Shortcuts are not going to get you to the finish line. It's going to get you outside of the lane where the finish line is. Then you got to come all the way back around and start all over. That guy who quit, you're going to regret the day you quit. Because this guy here in this organization has a plan in place to make you grow and make you better so you can provide better living for not just your family, but other families around you.
That is.
Don't be a doggone quitter.
It's a village we trying to.
But you know what? You know why he quit? He was asleep. Can you holler this for me? Wake up!
Wake up!
Goodness, man.
Come on, man. Get woke.
And when you wake up, stay woke.
Stay woke. Laugh a little bit and keep you woke.
Man, the RED program got it going on.
We are intentional. We're bullish about what we're trying to do here in Nashville and Middle Tennessee. And, our bigger mission really is to start changing the dynamic and really putting the economic development engine behind our people, our communities, right? Because as we see, and everybody can see the growth of Nashville and Middle Tennessee for that matter, but we all got to participate. And we got to do it by doing good business too. Like I said, we can't we can't do it the way we've been doing it. It's time to really put forth the effort, put forth the hard work, and be specific about what you're trying to do out here in the community. That's what we're trying to do.
He just said something that made a lot of sense, and I get a lot of complaints about us doing good business. But sometimes you can't do good business because you don't have the proper tools to learn how to do good business.
Here it is.
Urban League has that spot for you down here. You want to learn how to do good business, whether or not it's in construction or not. Whatever your job is, or whatever your chosen endeavor, whatever dream you may have about becoming this or that, man, I think you can find it here at this Urban League. But they're gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, right?
It ain't gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy.
You ain't passing out cupcakes for nothing.
No, you gotta earn them.
You gotta earn them cupcakes.
All that sugar.
All that sugar. My man, Aaron, anything you want to say before you get off?
No, I think, I sit up here, but, I just represent a lot of other people who put the work in. Myself, Carolyn Coleman, who's standing off camera over here.
Miss Coleman.
Yeah.
And Miss Coleman clean too, y'all.
Y'all should have her come sit down here and tell her about her experience too. But, and then all the fellows who are going and all the speakers who have come through the networking process. So it's a whole lot that goes into it. And I think the more we have of our people getting engaged and involved, the more we're going to start seeing real change.
If you don't know nothing, we have a light on Nashville.
That's it.
That's right.
That's
And
right.
we all need to stay under the light, not in the light. Let's do it like we're supposed to. Let's get this village right. Urban League gonna help everybody.
Aaron, I want to thank you, man, for what you're doing, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And
Yes, sir.
I'm on your side, man.
All right.
Let me get up first because you do talk.
Yeah. Hey, one more time. Aaron. Not Aaron. Thompson.
Appreciate
my man.
y'all,
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you. Yes, no problem.
Man.
For the day. Urban League.
We at the Urban League so long.
They're gonna make. You know what's gonna happen tomorrow morning? They gonna open the door. We're gonna be here again.
And
We ain't
going
nowhere.
nowhere.
We feel at home at the Urban League.
And I know y'all see this gear that I got on. You can get this gear. Go to our page. You can see all the things that we have: shirts, hoodies,
Don't get no
hats. But remember the word. This ain't no rerun. That's one word. This ain't no rerun.
And they talk about segues. That's a segue right
What?
there. Because our next guest is original. There's
Times.
nothing rerun about her. She is Nashville's first, and I'm gonna say first, international celebrity.
Say it.
She's one of the first people to come out of the city that everybody around the world had to see and say, who is that girl? Who is that woman? Who is she? That's been back in the early 80s, man.
my sister, man. That's my
Hey,
sister.
T.C. Cope's sister, one of my new good friends. She's currently the vice president of operations, 7.5 years here at the Urban League. And when I tell you she's passionate about this thing, as you can tell, everyone who spoke today is very passionate about this movement that the Urban League has. I want to bring on, man, as they say, Nashville's finest.
Come on, man.
Nashville's first and the finest, Miss Tempest Utley.
Thank you, guys. Hello.
Our ratings just went
It
up.
went up. Let's get my sign.
You got to get the prop up. You got to get the props up because she's that kind of person. You got to make it look like it's supposed to look. Hey, man, I'm looking like I'm supposed to look right now. I'm sitting with Miss Tempest Utley. Y'all know who she is. And if you don't know,
Hey, this weekend, April 15th, Miss Tempest Utley, my little sister, will be honored for the achievements that she's done through the Urban League, and not just through the Urban League. She's always achieved. She's always been in this element of giving. And she and I became brothers and sisters from other mothers and fathers back in 19-something. But we've been together long enough to know that if you mess with her, I'm in the family at this point. Tempest, all you've done for this city, now what you're doing with your leadership program, tell them a little something.
Yeah, hello. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for the invitation.
Google, I got to say it, Google her right now. Google Tempest Utley. Come on, man.
Definitely Nashvilleian. All my life here. Went away for about 15 years. We lived in Los Angeles, California. Amazing, but it's nothing like home. My family's here, so here we are. But just a little bit about the Leadership Academy. Leadership Academy gives our young youth, African American males, which we call them youth or fellows. We do not want to say young men. No, because if we call them young men and they do something in the community, and you know who I'm talking about, calls them young men and looks at these young boys as men. These are boys. These are 16, 17-year-old boys. They're not young men. So I stay away from the word men. I do not want our legal system to look at them as young men.
Tim, let me say, you just changed my vernaculars. I will not ever say that again, because what you just said made all the sense in the world.
She just painted that on me this week.
Oh my goodness, you just cleaned me up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Can you repeat it though? Because you know sometimes they a little dozing off, a little sleepy.
Okay, wake up.
Wake up. That's our thing. You got to wake up. Listen to what she's saying about our young boys.
Yes, we do not refer to our young boys as young men. They are 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They are not young men. They are young fellows. They are young youth. Because if we identify them as young men, what does our legal system treat them like? That is a man when they take them down. That is not a man. He is a boy. He is 13, 14, 15. These are boys. So we just refer to our young fellows, young boys. I know they don't like to be called boys, but son, you a boy. 16, 17.
Hey, guess what? And guess what? Here on out, since Miss Utley just said it, look here, boy. Hey, boy.
Boy.
No, hey, all jokes aside, what she's saying has, strategic impact.
Yes.
Because if we're calling them young men, like you said, man, the system is going to treat them like young men. Then we're going to say, why are you doing my baby like that?
That's exactly what you're going to say.
And that's what happens. Yes.
So at the Leadership Academy, what are the first steps in getting these young youths, these young boys involved and getting them into the passage of becoming men? What do y'all do?
I love that question. It's exposure. Think back in your life when you're in high school, elementary school, something that you did and you said, when I grow up, I want to do this. So my grandmother, Irene, when I was 10, would put me on an airplane and fly to see her in Detroit. Nonstop. It was Eastern Airline. I don't know if y'all remember Eastern Airline. Nonstop. To fly by yourself at 10, who did that? No one back in the 70s.
Not doing our time.
That gave me the exposure to say, wow, I'm on an airplane. Wow, within an hour I'm in a new city. And that was my passion. I love to travel. My entire career has been based on travel. And that just came from exposure. I know a lot of times we would say, oh, I want to be a teacher because that's who you're exposed to, right? No, let's give the kids, the youth, something outside of who they see in the school building. So within our program, you must want to go to college. This is a college-bound program. So if your child is not interested in college, this is not where you start. This is for kids to say, yes.
But let me say this. Putting them in this program might get your child interested in going to college. Okay? If there's a chance that because of exposure, they may not know what college life is like. We've had several young men who thought they weren't going to college. We got several of them graduating from college this year.
Right.
Because they never thought about college before until they are exposed to what college life is like and around college educated people.
Yes. So if that's what your child's path is, please, this would be a great program for them. So the morning is ACT academic prep. Of course, the kids are like, it's so boring. We can go do fun stuff. But in the morning, that's what we're about. We had one child's grade score go from about a 16 to a 21. Oh, wow. So we are on it in the mornings, but afternoons are exposure. We have a day of tennis. We have a day of golf because a lot of deals are made where?
On the golf course.
So we teach them golf. We teach them tennis. They will go to Nissan this year. They're a big partner. We will go to Jackson National. And the jobs that we see are for college graduates. We don't want to see the hourly job. No, these children want to know when they graduate from college, what are the next steps for their career? So it is a fantastic program. It's grown year over year. It's really difficult to get in. We have 2 slots left. I hate to say that, because they go quick. It costs us about $35,000 a year to put this program on. Yes.
So how many slots are available? Say if you didn't have any, everybody's graduated.
It's
20 slots available here for the Leadership Academy.
Yes.
And there are only 2 left. If you're watching the show and you got that little boy laying in that bed asleep, eating those Fruit Loop cereal, and he should be doing something he got outside of that. Yeah. Man, you need to contact the Urban League. You need to contact Tempest Utley right now, because only 2 slots left. And as a parent, as an uncle, as a grandparent, you have to look at your children sometime and want things for them that you don't have or they can't even see. You got to expose them, like you said, to a lot of different things to change that. They got those young minds. Those minds are always moving. Let those minds move in a direction where they can actually grow academically and financially. I love this leadership program. And this is my first time hearing about it.
Okay. Yeah, it is awesome. Let me add, so many times when we meet with the young youth, they tell me, oh, I want to be a football player. Oh, I want to be a basketball player. That's great. And I don't knock that. However, let's come up with a plan B. So plan B, you want to be an architect, a writer, journalist, just tell us and we will try to get you exposed to that. We had quite a few of our youth that wanted to be in IT because they thought it was just all gaming. And
right.
We went to the IT department at Bridgestone. And you know what IT is. It's working on telephones, working on computers in the basement. So at that point, they're like, no, I don't think that's what I meant. So, but they didn't know until
they went to see it.
To exactly what that looks like.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yes.
So how do they graduate out of the program?
Their senior year. This will be the final year. They will do a paper on what they've learned for the last 4 years. And at that point, they'll give a presentation on where they started and where they finished, and they'll be done.
So do y'all give them scholarship money after they graduate?
We do not, but they have a stipend when they come.
Right. So I asked that for a reason. Mm-hmm. The Urban League has a program that's changing the lives of a lot of young people. And it would be great if any corporation, any small business, or any individual out there could start a scholarship fund for these young men. These young boys, these young youth, yes, after they graduate from this program. And I'm going to say it right now, Solo, and this company is going to help spearhead the first funding of the scholarship program.
Yeah.
There it is.
Thank you. Yay.
Because what you're doing it is so necessary. I mean, it's truly necessary. Yeah. Now, we've been talking a lot about the Leadership Academy.
Mm-hmm. That's my baby.
This thing, I know that's your baby.
It is.
But guess what? You Tempest Utley.
Okay.
And you're going to be honored this Saturday.
I am. I'm so excited.
At the Kappa Alpha Psi Black and White Honor Game.
Thank you.
And to get that recognition from us, you've been doing more than just a Leadership Academy.
Exactly.
She's been a staple in this community like she said, Nashville is our home. And when you have a home, I ain't say a house, a home, you tend to take care of it and pay attention to all the things going wrong and all the things going right. She's paid attention to all the things going right in her home of Nashville, Tennessee. And when she saw things going wrong, guess what she's done? She's done the repairs necessary to keep the city sustained.
She moved back home.
She moved back.
I did. As I said, I love Nashville. And will continue to have my roots here. But we need help. Our youth need help. Our senior citizens need help. So that's my 2 here at the Urban League. I push that on a regular basis. Our seniors need meals. Our seniors need medication. They need to be able to buy their medication. And during COVID, we're like, oh, we're all good. We're staying at home. Think about our senior citizens that your greeters at Walmart or when you see them out, it's their little part-time job. They could not do that. So therefore, they did not have the means to buy medication. So keep them in mind and always try to support your senior citizens, your group homes, things of that nature.
Is there a way to do that through the Urban League also?
Of course. We have the same donate page at www.ulnt.org. You hit that red donate button.
That red button.
The red button.
And because I know we got a lot of lazy people in the city who have good intentions. Mm-hmm. But them getting up and cranking their car up and going somewhere and dropping off or helping people, sometimes they're not going to do that.
They're not.
But their heart is filled with generosity. And the one way to let that generosity out is to go to that web page.
www.ulnt.org
ULNT.org.
And push the button. Push the red button.
Red button.
The red button.
And when they push that button, does it drop down where different organizations they can donate to?
Yes. You put your amount, $1,000, $5,000, whatever your amount is, and below you can say what section, what department you would like that to go to. So if it's for seniors, jot down seniors. Same thing for leadership, jobs, whatever you would like to donate to.
So with this Leadership Academy, can we have it set up so that that button can drop down to the scholarship of the graduating seniors? I'm just asking, just putting it together in my head.
Yeah.
Because I know what I want to do with our foundation
Okay.
that we have. We want to make sure we give a scholarship dollar amount and have other organizations out there match that scholarship amount. Because one thing, after they go through this program in the Leadership Academy, they still need some money. We all been to college. We all know how important to have some extra money is in your pocket.
Absolutely.
They need that money when they go off to school. They put the work in. Now let's give them an award or a reward for doing that good work.
For doing the good work.
Yes. And
I've met some of those young men. They are on point. They are good young boys.
The future husbands, future fathers of our community, future mayor. We just don't know, but we are pouring into them today. So next year, down the road, they will be our flowers, our trees for our community.
There it is. So this is the thing about that. We always complaining about what our young people are doing in the streets or putting on the web and all this kind of stuff, and they're not learning how to be good leaders. So what they're doing here, they're making leaders. You just can't pour a person out and say he's a leader. You have to build a leader. You have to pray for a leader.
Absolutely.
And in your prayer, you're building these young men and young women up.
Absolutely.
So I just encourage everybody, man, to join the Urban League first. Contact Tempest Utley about this program that you have. And please, we're going to donate. You got to donate something to this. Because it could be your nephew, your grandson that's in this program, or your niece or your nephew, your niece or whatever that's not in this program, that's not doing what they're supposed to do. We got to have people doing what they're supposed to do.
But exposure is the biggest piece. It is a key component to this.
It's a life changer. It changed your life.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
It changed my life. It changed your life. When you were exposed to something,
my life just got changed. I'm exposed to Tempest Utley. I just got better. See that?
So when you think about when you were a child, you're a comedian now, full time.
Right.
What was the light? Well, at what moment did you decide this is what I want to do? Was that from exposure?
That was from exposure. But I can say this: the first comedy show I ever did in Nashville, Tempest Utley.
Well, TV production.
It was a few people. Yes. Shout out to my man Mo Better, Miss Belinda Burks.
Yes.
Can't tell you. Gotta give KT love.
That's funny.
Hey, I remember the first time I ever hit the stage, and I was exposed to. I love this business. I've been in this business for 30 years now.
Yeah, but if you would not have received that opportunity,
had I not got the opportunity,
opportunity created TC Cope. Opportunity.
Well, you're a builder, so
one of the many things I do. My passion and my love is, man, I just want to serve. Literally, my exposure to that came from my parents. My father was a minister, and all I saw him was always giving back, tirelessly, endlessly. I never saw him in the bed sleep. He was always up when I got up, and he was always up when I went to sleep. He was always serving. I don't know nothing but that.
Good for you.
So that was my exposure.
Yeah. My life has changed so much being back here in Nashville. We've all done the corporate. We've all made the big dollars. And after that, then what? So
say that one more time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Then what?
We all have worked in corporate. We've all made six-figure salaries for someone else outside of our community. My last day on the job, they gave me a plaque, I think it was, and had already interviewed someone to replace me. So I'm saying that to say that nonprofit work, community work, that means something. We are building something here at the Urban League of Middle Tennessee that will go on for generations. Even once I'm gone, the mission will continue to live on. So nonprofit, donate, exposure, those are the key components
for Nashville. So
And the city is growing.
it is growing.
Those things she just named plants the seed of hope. Oh man, goodness, we don't have to worry about tomorrow as long as we got men, young boys, young youth going through this leadership academy. Our tomorrow is going to be in great hands, and that's due in part to Ms. Tempest Utley.
Thank you.
Your dedication to serving and to coming back to your home and making sure that all the things, all the cracks in it, are dealt with properly. Man, we thank you, and I salute you.
And y'all come out this weekend, April 15th, Saturday night at the Grand Hyatt, Kappa Alpha Psi Brentwood. We'll be celebrating a great night with some other honorees as well that'll be there.
But we'll be elevating Miss Tempest Utley.
Right here.
Right here, your own Nashville's finest. Got that tattoo? Nashville's finest.
Oh, he didn't say the tattoo.
Back in the day.
Hold on, you remember he used to write it
Nashville's
up?
finest.
He wrote it on his shoulder.
No, I do not.
Oh man,
She's too classic to have that tattoo, but she is Nashville's
First
finest.
and finest.
First. Oh, she's the first. And I'm gonna say Google it. Google first national celebrity out of the city of Nashville. First and finest.
There it is,
Don't
right
get any
there.
better.
I can't wait till Saturday. We get a chance to honor you, girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm loving what you've done, what you're doing, and you're making a very strong young boy who is going to be one of the futures for this city, I'm sure, and abroad. He's bright. He's very creative, and he's a Gemini. So I like him. I like him on purpose. You know how we are. I like him on purpose. I almost born on my day. I was wishing him in there. Come on.
That's what I'm talking about. Tempest, and notice she's very humble.
Yeah, I don't believe I've talked this loud.
No, I've been trying to pull some stuff out of her, but she is so humble. That's why I encourage you to Google Tempest Utley. Her accomplishments far exceed her exuberance right now. She's very humble, and you know, you got a superstar that's humble. Man, you can't beat that
Come
with a
on,
stick.
man.
It's not about me. It's not about me. God put me here to do my work, and my work is in nonprofit. Protect our seniors, protect our youth. That's who needs our support at this time.
Man, thank you so much, Tempest. I mean, I'm thanking you from my heart for loving the city of Nashville, city that I love. When you find somebody that share the same love you have,
come on, man.
You got to join teams.
That's family.
That's family.
That's family.
That's family.
That's what we all should. That's part of that. When I grew up in a small town. My grandmother told me when I went to college, she said, when you get to that town, I went to Murfreesboro. She said, when you get to that town, go find your people. I didn't have no car. I didn't know where to go. I asked the lady at the lunch line, I said, where does my people live?
Right.
And they told me where to go. And that's how I learned. That was my exposure. I had to get out. I came from a small town. Not a lot of blacks in that town. Small, urban, no. Rural, yes. Now I know exactly.
When I say you found your people, you found your people.
I found my peoples, man.
Don't get no better.
Man, what?
Doesn't get any better. Well, we hope y'all be.
Hold up, I gotta say this though. She told me right before I got ready to go on stage. She told me because I was referred to her. Shout out, Mo. And she said, she said, well, is he funny? And Mo said, he my boy, okay? You know what she told? Hey, funny. I ain't had no problem with that. I knew. She said, I'm gonna need you to shoot me about 5 minutes. This is how long ago on a cassette tape.
Oh, send me the cassette tape.
Send me on you got a Walkman? Do you have a Walkman? She said, I'm gonna need you to send me them 5 minutes on a cassette. Look at here. Then 30 years later, look at this.
Man, won't he do it?
Still growing. Hey, I wanted excellence in my life. You were just starting out. I was starting out, but I still wanted excellence from the comedy show.
Hey, did it work?
It did. After 30 years, as you said.
Wanting excellence made her who she is today. Man, doesn't get any better. We want to thank y'all for tuning in today, but most importantly, make sure you come down to the Urban League and get that cupcake.
I'm going to give me about 2 of them to take away.
Not the fish sandwich, because it don't exist. Cupcake. Ms. Tempest, man, we want to thank you for being on the show and allowing us to have a moment with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anytime.
I really appreciate it.
A day at the Urban League, man. It don't get any better, man. Solo, I guess you can.
Tune in next week. This ain't no rerun with your boy Solo. TC. Y'all go ahead. We'll catch up because this ain't no rerun.
Does it get any better than this? Hold on. See y'all later. We done. We hanging out at the Urban League. Doesn't get any better. Man, Tempest, you are a superstar.
Oh, thank you.